cohesive force and adhesive force. Again, because of this, again, the water molecule, it has a cohesive force and adhesive force. Okay, how the water molecules stick to each other, melekat. Jadi, water molecule attached to each other, we call it as cohesive force. Okay, while if for the water molecule attached to another surface, to other surface, we call it as adhesive force. Okay, this force is important to produce the capillary action, which allow the water to enter and move along narrow spaces such as xylem tube. Okay, so as you can see, there's we know tree will grow and grow, so it become tall and bigger. Okay, so how this tall tree can get its water supply? Okay, daripada bawah boleh naik ke atas. Okay, because we know leaves, most of the leaves are at the on the top of the tree. So how the water can move from the bottom to the upper part? This is because it has the water molecule itself has a cohesive force and adhesive force, so it can create a capillary action. Capillary action ni macam capillary ni means satu tube, that is capillary. Jadi as you can see here in the picture, okay, so because the water is cohesive force, dia macam attached to each other at the same time, walaupun dia attached to each other, dia tidak jatuh ke bawah. And because even there's a gravity, because the water has a, okay, ini adalah pembetulan. As you can see here in your textbook, you need to make correction here. Okay, this is actually water molecule attached with other surface, or in this case attached with the what it call xylem tube. So this is actually you need to make a correction here. This is actually a adhesive force. While for this one, as you can see, the force, how the water molecule attach to each other, water molecule attached to another water molecule, it will create a actually cohesive force. So adhesive force combined with adhesive force will create a capillary action. So when there is a capillary action, the water can move upward. Okay, why the water needs to move upward? Because the water needs to be is needed at the leaves where the photosynthesis happen. Okay, the next one, perhaps this is the last of the water properties in our syllabus. Okay, water has a high specific heat of capacity. Okay, what is specific heat? Specific heat capacity means how what amount of heat is needed, to rise the temperature. Okay, so this is the water has a 4.2 kilojoule per kilogram per 1 degree Celsius. Okay, so the easiest way to understand here is, okay, water has a high capacity means it needs a 4.2 kilojoule of heat. Okay, heat energy to rise the temperature of water, 1 kilo of water by 1 degree Celsius. Okay, contohlah, for you to understand, there is a glass of water And then let's say this is the water is in room temperature, let's say 28 degrees Celsius. And then we want to rise the temperature, so we need 4.2 kilojoule. Okay, kilojoule. But let's say we have here 1000 milliliter. Okay, 1000 milliliter of water is same as 1 kilo. Okay, so what we want to rise the temperature of this water, we need a 4.2 kilojoule to rise it become 29. Okay, ini soalan mungkin tidaklah dia tanya contoh. Maybe you can just make you just give the definition. Water has a high specific heat capacity. Okay, specific heat capacity, which is 4.2 kilojoule per kilo per degree Celsius. Yeah. So because of that, why is that? So actually, why is that water has a high specific? Why it has a high specific heat capacity? Kenapa dia ada tinggi? Every liquid. Okay, why water has a high specific heat capacity? Because as I explained before, water has hydrogen bond. Okay, hydrogen bond is between one water molecule with another water molecule, so it needs a high heat energy to break the hydrogen bond. So that is why because hydrogen bond is a strong bond, so it needs a high energy. So that is why the water has a specific heat capacity to break down the hydrogen bond. Okay, so because of the hydrogen bond, and then it needs a high heat energy, it makes the water has a specific heat capacity. It has a high specific heat capacity, so that it will cause the water to absorb a lot of heat energy, but only small rise in temperature. Maksudnya walaupun heat energy banyak dia serap, tapi temperature yang the rise of temperature is only 1 degree Celsius. Okay, contohlah for we has body weight, 60% of our body weight is made up of water. So let's say there is a situation where we are have a hot surrounding, persekitaran yang panas. Okay, walaupun surrounding panas, tapi kita masih body temperature kita tidaklah naik mendadak. The temperature of body is not rising abruptly, tiba-tiba naik macam tu. Then tidak equal. Let's say kalau our surrounding is 40 degrees Celsius, let's say our surrounding is 40 degrees Celsius, our body temperature pun equal to 40 degrees Celsius. Not that like that. It's because the water, it has a high specific heat capacity, so the water of our body absorb a lot of heat energy, tapi the rise of temperature is only a small rise of in temperature. Bolehkah faham? Kalau tidak faham boleh tanya nanti. Okay, so that is the properties of water that include in our syllabus. Okay, the polarity of water, cohesive force and adhesive force of water, and the last one is specific heat capacity of water. Okay, thank you very much.